Your heart's in your throat because you can't breathe. You're so frightened. You just want to save your child because there's hope.
I got him in the car, driving him to the hospital. I was banging on his chest, trying to keep him awake, and he was going unconscious.
He was rear-ended on his way home from church, and it changed his life significantly. He had his health had a steady decline. I could accept it. But to see what happened to him in the short period of time, it was completely unacceptable.
I was growing up, and I wanted someone. I wanted my mom. I wanted someone to tell me that everything was going to be okay. When my first boyfriend broke up with me, I wanted someone to teach me how to be a woman, and I never got that.
Once I got prescribed those pills, that's when my addiction took off. I found a feeling that I thought I was gonna play hockey for the rest of my life. I thought that was my first love until I found the pills, and they became my love.
We were that family that ate dinner together. She was involved in sports. She was busy. She was on the honor roll. She worked for the Parks and Recs. She was a good kid.
Growing up, always in the backyard, front yard, playing with his friends, sports, baseball, all around, good kid. He became my best friend.
What's unique about my dad is at the age of 89, he could run circles around most people half his age. He'd play soccer with my boys, he'd swim in my pool, he'd ride his bike. He's just great.
She was a great mom. She was, always there for us. She would cut. We had a huge backyard, and she would cut all of it herself while my dad was at work. She would go grocery shopping. She would cook dinner. She would do everything. It was great. We had a great childhood.
For me, I grew up as a normal kid. Everything I had was pretty much given to me. I was the only child until I was 12. When I was about 15 or 16, that's when I blew my knee out.
She started dating this guy. He seemed like a good kid, played hockey, good family. Little did I know that half of his hockey team were heroin addicts. And he then became one himself. And so it went from Brittany being around it, and then within a year she was going down by herself and shooting up.
Matt came home from the Army after his tour in Iraq, and he was hooked on Vicodins. And that's when my life changed forever. He got arrested for trying to forge a prescription for Vicodin, and that's when we realized he had a problem.
What happened to my father is he would just slump over in a chair. So my father, who would bike ride and use his recumbent bike, and he would swim and he'd run and he'd just be busy all the time, couldn't do anything but slump over. And I started blowing up the phone, and I finally got a hold of his pain doctor, who confirmed this patch was in fact an opiate. And my question to him was, why would you give that to him? He said, he's in pain. I said, well, that's like using a 12 gauge to kill a mosquito.
She ended up having a perforated ulcer, and she came home with an open wound on her stomach, and she was obviously prescribed a lot of medication to deal with that pain, and that was the catalyst to everything that happened in the last 15 years of my life and my family's life.
It progressed from Vicodin to Darvocet, you name it, any of those prescription pills just weren't doing it anymore. So I found OxyContin. Well, those were getting too expensive. So for me, it was like a business choice. I could get the same effect for $5 a pack. And that's when I started snorting heroin, was my senior year. When I was about 19 or 20, that's when I started shooting heroin. Once I shot heroin, it's like that's when my whole life spiraled out of control.
So I started walking around the neighborhood, and that's when I saw her in the back of a drug dealer's car shooting up. And she stuck her hand out and said, "Mom, don't come any closer. I'll be there in a minute." I didn't know what to do, because part of me wanted to run up and just grab that dealer out of the car, get the hell away from my daughter.
He was found in the streets of Detroit, with his shirt up over his head and his pants down to his knees. What did they do to my boy? Why couldn't they have dropped him off in front of a store, in front of a hospital, somewhere? But they let him die. They pushed him out of the car.
All of these times, she still didn't understand what she was doing. I don't truly think that she wanted to die. I think she was calling for help, and it didn't make sense to me because we were always there for help. We were always there for her, and she didn't accept the help. But I think she just was tired of living the way she was, and she wanted help a way out of it. But I'll never understand why she did it.
The consequences were getting greater. My age was getting greater, and I was still doing the same thing, and I had nothing in my life. You know, I didn't have a house, I didn't have a steady job, I didn't have people around me at the end, you know, because of that education on my mom. You know, she cut me off, you know, which was the best thing she ever did to me, you know.
We're one of the lucky ones, I think, right now, because she's alive.
As parents, we look at our kids and say, we gave them life. That is not it at all. Our kids give us life every day.
He is not on the pain meds that he was given initially from his pain doctor. And I firmly believe that had I not been at Van last year, had I not listened to that doctor speak, had Anna not been there supporting me and helping me through this whole thing, that he wouldn't be here today. You know, so I had my dad back. We're dealing with, you know, the issues from the auto accident. But he's here with me. And I'm not sure he would have been.
I try every day to remember her voice, the way she was when she was happy, not, you know, on a bunch of pills, not slurring her words. I remember her smile before she lost a bunch of her teeth. I remember her hair when she used to curl it and when she used to do her makeup. I remember her for the beautiful woman that she was, not for what she became. And I can only hope that wherever she is right now, that she's happy, she's finally at peace.
Once you treat it and continue treating it, you can keep it at bay. You know, it doesn't fully go away, because I'm only one bad decision of being the same person I was before, you know, or dying. And I just know I want to do the things today to continue treating my addiction.